What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back with this friction-creating man known as
Gershwan.
And today we're up to another episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below, put a question in front of your question because we'll get to those questions first. That is what Paul NK did. He asks, what happens to human psychers joining the Tau? So, as you all may know, or not know, the Tau Empire takes in Imperial citizens once they conquer a planet. But what happens to all those navigators, astropaths, all of those people? Let's ask the Tau guy.
They get chained up. No, there's the reason why you don't see or hear of any Tau Psychers within the Guevesa, which are the humans that are allied with the Tau, is because most likely their psychic abilities probably nullify or impact the ethereal's way of controlling people. Whether it's mind control, pheromone control, some type of control, psychic abilities probably will affect that in a way, which is why you don't see them.
And they're dangerous as hell.
Yeah.
The Tau Empire has had very bad luck with anything that has to do with the warp.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth sphere expansion was the one that they had the mishap.
I believe it was the fourth, yeah. It's either the fourth or the fifth.
But basically they entered the warp and bad things happen. An entire sept is dedicated to just hating the warp and hating Xenos because they believe that they are from the warp, right?
Right, yeah. They've anytime you put those Tau into a cadre of Vespid, Kroot, they're gonna fire at them. It even led to a Kroot uprising because they're we've had enough of this, and now they're segregated from the regular Tau and the auxiliaries. So yeah, Tau and warp stuff don't really mix at all. It was another reason why Farsight became, away from the main Tau, because all his ethereals were beheaded by the corn demons on that dead world.
And then all of a sudden he got a warp power sword that he doesn't know is warp powered, and he got a little smarter, got a little braver to push away from the ethereals.
Think of him as the brave little toaster of the Tau.
Yeah, but that's why then. Guevesa, psychic Guevesa are feared by the ethereals. Next question.
This was by Glockenbeat. Would you rather see a Warhammer 20K or Warhammer 50K?
50K. Why would I want to go back? Oh, wait.
Because then you get to talk about,
the age of technology,
yeah.
dark age of technology. I wouldn't go back.
I feel like if we go forward in time, it would just be more of the same, just with, more grim darkness.
Yeah, the Tau would have been stronger. Every single fan lore about 50K says that the Tau have gotten stronger.
Mm-hmm.
20K, 40K would be really bad. 20K, 40K would be really badass just because you have a unification war. You have techno-barbarian, warlords. You have Xenos that are, controlling entire planets of humans, enslaving them. Mm-hmm. That sounds badass. Yeah. That'd be a really good tabletop game. As my stomach growls.
But yeah, for that reason, I have to go with 20K.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by... We already did that one.
I have one from G33. How to get a sororitas girlfriend or sororitas girlfriend. If you want to get a Sisters of Battle girlfriend, you have to master this.
Oh, is that the shocker?
Yeah. Google it. Next question.
Dr. Disrespect. Would a Chaos Space Marine ever spare someone out of pure mercy? Do they have any good left in them?
Who?
A Chaos Space Marine. Oh. Probably not. Especially if they're Hornet. The only reason I see it happening would be for to spread. Whether it's Zeech making them part of their plans. Nurgle using them as a vessel for his plagues. So, yeah. It's possible.
That gives me inspiration for a creepypasta. Next question comes from Thomas Evans. Is it possible for Space Marines to be untouchable? Or to be an untouchable? A pariah? Yeah, there's an entire chapter of pariahs. We did the 40 facts video on it. I clearly remember. Don't remember the name though.
Kappa Kiev, which one of you is the toughest? Well, I'm sick right now, so.
And
His stomach is growling, so he needs sustenance. He needs some milk.
I can't. I'm lactose intolerant. Basically, I get diarrhea if I drink milk.
So that's his weakness. He ain't tough if milk can beat you.
Well, that's why I eat cereal without any milk. Or is it nails, right?
I eat cereal with only sugar.
Yeah.
Weenie Hut General.
Next question comes from Michael Howell. Why haven't Tigris and Mephiston been picked up by the Grey Knights? One would think that the greatest human psychers will be drafted by the chapter that requires psi abilities.
One would think. But you gotta throw them a bone every now and then. If you take all the powerful psychers away from the legions, you're kind of making the legions less in battle capacity.
Not to mention that a Grey Knight has the gene seed of the Emperor, supposedly. So if all of a sudden a, Red Thirst, Black Rage guy comes in, then it just screws up the Grey Knights. That's not how the Grey Knights really operate. Anyways, next question.
Mr. Magic, are the Blood Angels just ultramarine cranberries?
No.
No, they've got more flavor to them. They're basically infected by the Red Thirst, the Black Rage. They've got their own. They're more of an assaulty army. They've got Dante's Sanguinary Guard. Like, what do the Ultramarines have?
Yeah, they're badass. The Blood Angels are badass.
Which is why they're one of my favorites.
The next question comes from Jorge Puente. Is the Black Templars number over 6,000 considered heretical due to the 40K Codex Astartes? Yeah. So if you don't know, the Black Templars don't adhere to the Codex Astartes, and they're a spacefaring chapter that's super zealot.
Super zealot.
Meaning that they actually believe the Emperor is a god. Most Space Marines don't. That makes them one of the Imperium's most controversial chapters, I guess. Next question.
The big one. When an ordinary man is transformed into a Space Marine, do they still have balls? I guess since Space Marines don't have kids or sex, they wouldn't really need them.
Right.
Yeah. They become eunuchs.
Basically, go up to the biggest bodybuilder in your gym and then just touch down there. You'll see that the testes have shrunk.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Yeah, that's what I do. Oh, you look strong.
How strong are you?
Next question comes from Gaudy Body Jutsu. Would Tyranids consume the biomass of a Nurgle-infested planet? Yeah. And that's how Nurgle-infested Tyranids are born.
Starship Gamer 100. Which legion fights alongside the Sisters of Battle the most?
Adeptus Custodes.
The Inquisition?
Inquisition's a better answer, yeah. Yeah. Next question comes from Kappa Kive. Oh, no, you already said that.
Did I, Gersh?
Star Fidopero? How about you bring some guests? Whoa, we're getting boring for you guys? We only do this 4 days a week, and we've been doing it for the past 2 years. You're telling us that we're getting boring for you guys?
We should bring Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
After all, did you see the hot ones?
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny.
I like when he was spraying the lemon and the lime in his mouth.
I found that a little that's your shtick kind of thing.
No, but he knew, he knows about cooking and stuff, so he knew what he had to eat to combat the spiciness.
It didn't look like it worked though.
It wasn't working.
I think my favorite hot ones are the ones where the guy doesn't know really what he's getting himself into. Like the DJ Khaled one.
Oh, that one was hilarious.
Is it Coolio? Yeah, that one.
You made a joke of Coolio on that one.
Yeah. Those are the funniest when they can't complete it.
When they're sweating and crying and.
The Gaffigan one was really funny. I think my all-time favorite though is definitely what's his name from Taking Him to the Greek.
The guy with the hair, right?
Yeah, the English guy.
Yeah, Russell Brand.
Yeah, there you go.
Russell
That's
Brand.
my favorite.
I haven't seen that one. I gotta watch that one.
Has a big tangent. Next question comes from Living Angel. What's your favorite Hot Ones? That's not his question. His question is, what if the Emperor was not injured in his battle with Horus?
He'd probably be sitting on the Golden Throne.
I think...
No, that wasn't his plan, was it? No, Magnus was. Yeah, never mind. Don't listen to me.
I think if the Emperor wouldn't have been hurt, that means that he wouldn't be on the Golden Throne, and the Alpha Legion would play a more important part within the history of the 40K universe, especially the Purge. A big thing, the Inquisition wouldn't be the same. Goj Van Dyer really influenced the Inquisition. I don't think the Imperium would be in like the stagnant state, basically.
Yeah. Do you think the Primarchs would have
still turned? Yeah. Because at that point, they were already all bad.
True.
Half of them were already demon Primarchs. Angron turned into a demon Primarch. The only people that didn't is Lorgar and Horus. Oh, and Perturabo. Because he's never turned into a demon Primarch. Those three are the only ones that, at the end of the Horus Heresy, during the Battle of Terra, they weren't demon Primarchs, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Next question.
The Albine Pro? Who would win in an all-out battle? Azek Ahriman of the Thousand Suns, or a Lord of Change? A greater demon of Tzeentch. I'm gonna go with Ahriman, just because he's not... Like, he's actually got a physical body, and he's not, like, bound to the warp like demons are. And I think he's got more... Well, Lord of Change is pretty smart, too. I'll still give it to Ahriman.
Yeah, ditto. Gutter Snipe Pie.
Gutter Snipe.
Who would win in a fight, orcs or raving rabbins? WAAAGH versus WAAAGH. I don't know what a raving rabbins is.
They're like those little white rabbits from like video games.
I'm gonna give it to the orcs just because they can't really die, and it seems like rabbits can die. Last question comes from Florida Isn't Real. If the Necron Tomb Worlds awakened, that's kind of funny. Like, you better live in Florida, because if you don't live in Florida, then it's kind of like you're just bashing a state you've never been to or visited once, and then you're like, oh, old people, alligators, fuck this. Anyways, if all the Necron Tomb Worlds awaken, does the Imperium of Man even stand a chance against the technological supremacy of the Necrons?
Nope. I think they've mentioned it somewhere where if all the Tomb Worlds awoke, and they were all led by a single force, such as the Silent King, they'd wipe the galaxy clean once again.
Clean. Kind of like when a baby, like, just poops all over the place, but then you wipe it with the wet ones, it's clean off. I'm assuming. I've actually never changed a baby's diaper. But yeah, those are the questions for today. Thanks for sending them our way. We have a Patreon. Yada, yada, yada.
Giveaways coming. Yada, yada, yada.
Gershwan.
Sound Alchemist. Yada, yada, yada.
Oh, I used to put my